Irvingman! At this point in the series, we've heard Perry scream, "Great Caesar's ghost!" some 17,264 times. Actually, it's 17,264 and a half if we count the time he choked on his cigar smoke halfway through screaming it.
Answer the phone.
Hello, Kent speaking. Oh, Chief. What's wrong? Nothing. Well, isn't it kind of late at night to be calling if there's nothing wrong?
Late? Of course it isn't late. Not for me.
Perry starts talking in circles about nothing in particular, and now he can't remember why he called Clark.
It was something I've been worried about, and, well, now you've got me so confused.
Chief, you're not worrying about your testimony in the Morley case next week, are you?
Great Caesar's ghost? Of course not. Do you think I'm afraid of a bunch of confidence men like that Morley gang?
He's not afraid of them or anybody else. He's just a little jumpy. Maybe more than a little when he hears someone arrive on the elevator.
Hi. Who are you?
Cup of coffee ordered from the drugstore, Mr. White.
Oh, yeah, my coffee.
Except he didn't order any coffee. And there's something odd about the bag.
That bag. There's something in that bag. I can hear it. I'm hearing things. Kent, are you still there? Kent, there's a bomb in this paper bag. I can hear it. Kent, I need help.
When Superman was done disposing of the bomb, he sat down and wrote out a plan for Perry to follow if this ever happens again. It read, and I quote, "Step 1, hang up the phone. Step 2, be anywhere else. Step 3, when in doubt, refer to Step 2.
Good evening, Mr. White.
Superman, thank heaven.
Aren't you working a little late?
There, in that bag. There's a bomb in there. No, be careful.
It's just coffee, that's all.
Superman says, "You're not the type to fall apart because of some thugs. What's really bothering you?"
Well, for the past few days, I've been hearing... No, I can't tell you. I can't tell anybody. I don't even know what it is myself.
At least we know there is something and he's not just generally coming unglued.
Please, Mr. White, listen to me. The ball player you told me to interview is dead.
Dead?
That's what I've been trying to tell you. He's been dead for 30 years. Only every time I open my mouth, you act like you're listening to something else.
Well, Olsen, maybe I was confused when I gave you that assignment. I thought I heard the voice and...
That was a major slip. Clark tries to follow up on it, but Perry brushes it off. He gives Lois an assignment to make some sort of column similar to another paper he saw. He has a copy for her to look at. He says he marked it up himself.
Clark, look. Paper dolls.
Mm-hmm.
He may be due for a new marker. I think that one's gotten a little rough. Meanwhile, there's a steam heater in the room, and he wants Clark to move it to the other side of the room. He's heading to Inspector Henderson's office and should be gone about 5 minutes. In that time, he expects Clark to contact a plumber, get the plumber over here, have the plumber do the work, get the work inspected, pay the plumber, and have everything all set when he gets back. Lois and Jimmy head off to their respective assignments, and when they're gone, Clark gets busy on his.
My hat. Oh, no. First I hear things. Now I...
Okay, he's convinced. He needs a rest. He and his man Jarvis get on a plane so he can spend a few days at his cabin away from everything.
Perry, I'm calling you, Perry White.
The voice. Who are you? Where are you?
He's been hearing that voice at home, which is why he doesn't want to go there. He's afraid he's losing his mind.
Come closer.
Back there.
Come
Show
closer.
yourself, you coward. I'm not afraid of you. Where are you?
Perry.
There.
Perry
You're out
White.
there. You're not in here, so you must be out there.
He's afraid he's losing his mind, and he may be right. Good thing Clark was just idly watching the plane go by.
Superman.
What happened? The pilot said he felt the plane jolted.
The voice. I heard the voice. It was calling me.
Jarvis is sure someone is doing this to him using a recording device of some kind, but Superman can't see anything resembling such a thing with his X-ray vision. So who's doing it and how? I think we already have a fair idea why. Perry is settled in his vacation home, but as soon as Jarvis is gone, the voice returns. Perry wants to know why.
All these years you've called me. Call once more.
What?
1,000,000 times. I can no longer resist you. Call, Perry White.
Perry's overtired, so it's no surprise that the cat from the Anti-Superstition Club will catch on before he does. Our voice will have to be a little more direct.
Call what? Great Caesar's.
Yes, I am Great Caesar's ghost.
That's his name, Great Caesar's Ghost. He had it legally changed after he died.
Caius Julius Caesar, master of Rome, of all Europe, conqueror of Gaul, of Pompeii.
That voice I've heard. It's been you.
Yes, he was the voice. You were expecting maybe Howdy Doody?
But I never could see you.
Well, when a man's been dead for 2,000 years, it's not too easy to materialize. Takes a little effort, you know.
Not to mention learning a whole new language. It's for sure you don't know Latin, so that's why he was only saying a few words at a time. He was practicing his vocabulary lessons. They talk a little more, but Perry says, "This is not possible. I must be losing my mind." He calls Jarvis, and of course by the time Jarvis gets there, Caesar is gone. Perry says, "I need a doctor." Caesar keeps talking, but Jarvis can't hear him. Perry is at his wit's end.
Clark, what's your name doing on the door instead of Mr. White's?
Lois, I didn't ask for this job, and matter of fact, I don't even want it. But the chief phoned in to say he was retiring for good.
Seems like a good move. He can't very well run a newspaper with a 2,000-year-old dead Roman constantly babbling in his ear, now can he? Inspector Henderson is livid.
Oh, what a witness he'll make.
Now, wait a minute, Bill. I know the chief's upset, but I'm sure he'll come through for you.
They'll ask White if he saw Morley here and there, and he'll say yes. They'll ask him, does he know what he sees, and he'll say yes. They'll ask him, did he ever see a ghost, for instance, and he'll say yes.
What do you mean, a ghost?
Perry neglected to tell them that part. Henderson won't elaborate, mostly because Perry didn't. The crux of what he has came from Jarvis.
You know, the poor man's so mixed up, he doesn't talk like he used to anymore. He kept saying great jingle bells.
Great jingle bells? That's funny. You mean instead of Great Caesar's... Lois, I think I better get out there.
But Clark, you're the editor, and we've got to go to press.
I'll go, Chief.
For once, Jimmy has a plan, sort of.
Look, I've been sure all along there's something fishy about what's been happening to Mr. White. If I can prove the Morley gang's behind it...
You mean they're driving him out of his mind so he can't testify against them?
Well, they're all out loose on bail, aren't they?
How is it that everybody can sort these things out better than the police inspector can? That should have been the first thing Henderson suspected. Then again, Clark didn't think of it either. Maybe Jimmy should be editor.
Jimmy, this is more of a job for Superman.
Well, I'm afraid Superman hasn't seen anything wrong so far.
But he hasn't even been out there. Hey, whatever happened to Superman anyway?
Well, I've been so chained to this desk that...
Don't bother. If I get in any trouble, I'll find Superman myself.
Now, just a minute, Jimmy.
I'll phone you when I get out there this evening, Chief.
And don't call me Chief.
I don't know why Clark doesn't just rip open his shirt and say, "This is what happened to Superman. He's buried in paperwork." As many hints as he keeps dropping, he might as well. They're not going to get it any other way.
Caesar, why do you have to talk all the time? Oh, really, Perry? Have some sympathy. I was known as one of the greatest orators of all time. None of the other ghosts will listen to me. You have no idea how dreadful it is for a politician to be silenced. Oh, if only I knew how to silence you forever.
Question, Perry. Have you tried to touch him? He's within easy reach, and ghosts are supposed to be incorporeal. Here's an idea. Try planting a good haymaker on his KO button and see if your hand goes through him. Put me down for $20 that says no.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears.
Superman.
Caesar didn't make that speech. Mark Antony did at Caesar's funeral. And his next line is, "I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him." And neither Caesar nor Mark Antony wrote it, William Shakespeare did. And by the way, Jimmy can hear it, which means there's something hinky going on with Jarvis. Superman will take Jimmy around to the window of Perry's room and they'll listen in.
Why can't you leave now? Why can't you let him alone?
Well, not till after the trial. Besides, I'm beginning to enjoy this.
But why'd you have to lay it on so thick with all this raving and ranting? If poor Mr. White has to listen to this without arrest, he will go out of his mind.
That's what he's supposed to do.
Jarvis protests, but there's nothing he can do. Superman waits until the men leave, then he and Jimmy slip inside.
Superman, Olsen, let go of me.
We come to rescue you. That ghost is a fake.
Oh, is that so? Well, it just happens that Mr. Caesar is a guest in my house.
Mr. White, what's the matter? You're talking crazy.
Come on, Jimmy.
Get out and don't come back either.
Okay, what kind of drugs has Jarvis been giving him? Superman has a plan to expose the ghost.
So that's what Morley looked like. Derby hat and long overcoat.
He wore them all the time. He was the leader of their gang, Superman. And I think they murdered him to take over for themselves.
We'll find out soon enough.
Oh, this is going to be good. Jimmy is hiding in the bushes with his tape recorder.
All right, Perry, time for another talk.
Okay. There I am.
I'm glad you don't resist me anymore. You do trust me now, don't you?
Oh, sure.
You believe in ghosts too, Julius?
Who said that? There's no one there.
Unlike Julius, who has to use the door, this ghost can do actual ghost stuff.
Here I am. I can materialize as fast as lightning. But that's nothing for a ghost to do, is it, Julius?
Who are you? Where'd you get that coat?
This is Marley's coat. And Marley's hat, too. So I must be Marley, right?
Great Caesar's ghost declares that there's no such thing as ghosts, which kind of blows his bit, but Perry didn't notice. The ghost of Marley says, "You don't believe me? Who besides a ghost can do this?"
Where is he? Where did he go?
Look this way, gentlemen. There's nothing to doing this, is there, Julius? Now, let's see you do it. You shouldn't have any trouble if you're really a ghost, not just a man wearing phosphorescent paint.
Let me out of here. It is Morley. Stand back. You're crazy.
Go on, shoot.
Well, Superman can do that, but he doesn't wear a derby, so it couldn't be him. They all confess and apologize to Marley. That's all Henderson needs to hear. He was in the next room, and with his testimony, Perry's testimony, and Jimmy's tape, those guys are going away for life. Possibly worse. The judge wasn't totally heartless, though. He let Julius keep the uniform and the gold paint, but gave him a cardboard sword instead of the real one. Last anyone saw of him, he was drawing up plans to conquer his cellmate. His cellmate got wind of the plot just in time and repelled the attack. Julius had to retreat back to his own bunk, where he chose to reinforce his own defenses with a blanket fort. The war rages to this day. Thanks for watching, kids, and remember, clicking that like button is cool. Subscribing is even cooler. Leaving a comment is as cool as the coolest person you know. And becoming a patron makes you almost just like Superman. So don't hesitate. Do it today. Until next time.